Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the current the current hot topic on FSD. So we are on FSD 14.3.6, and currently a lot of people are talking about the speed control that we lost. We lost it with version 14, so actually we've not had it for quite some time now, since we first got the first versions of version 14 of FSD. So it has been something that I have missed greatly. So we'll just say for right here in the neighborhood, we definitely need to be in Sloth, because I wanted to go the speed limit in the neighborhood. But when we turn out onto this street here, we actually need to turn it all the way up to Mad Max, because it will think that it's 30 miles per hour, and it's actually pretty unsafe right here to try to get out onto this street and not go the correct speed. So it's definitely needs to be appropriate about that behavior. And as you can see on the display, 30 miles per hour is what it thinks the speed limit is. I can drop it down to hurry, and that's still a reasonable speed, but if I go down to standard, it'll be probably under 40 miles per hour, which is not appropriate. So the speed control issue is definitely an issue, and it's the biggest problem for me is when it does not know what the actual speed limit is. It has it incorrect. So I don't have usually as much trouble with the speed control, not having that max speed. I don't usually have as much trouble with that when it does have the correct speed limit. So here now it has the correct speed, and so it's fine. Like, I can just keep it in standard, or I can even drop it to chill and just be like 2 miles per hour over, and that's nice. So as long as it knows the correct speed, then it's no problem. But where we have problems are school zones. If it doesn't happen to recognize the school zone, I will start doing more testing with school zones again once school is back in session. So that'll be a good thing to be able to test out again and see if Tesla has done a better job of identifying those school zones and getting FSD to appropriately respond to them. Because in school zones, like, even if you're in Mad Max, in a school zone, it should not be going over the set speed. It should definitely look at that school zone and go the speed limit. I mean, it's strict in a school zone. There's kids potentially, and you definitely want to be doing the correct speed there. So of course you can throw it down in the Sloth, but if it doesn't recognize the school zone or the correct speed, it will not go down to that speed. So school zones is a problem, where in the example I just showed, where it just doesn't know the speed on that street. I mean, there's map data, and it used to actually know the correct speed there, and it had no problem. So it's odd that it chooses not to do it or pay attention to it there. And then also, a lot of times when there is a construction zone, so if it's a temporary speed limit sign or it's a digital sign, those often are not read by FSD appropriately and not adhered to. So even if you have it in Sloth and the construction zone is like 60 miles per hour, but it thinks it's 70 miles per hour, the slowest it will go is 70 miles per hour. So those are definitely situations where we need to have the ability to control the speed. Now, I don't think necessarily that the max speed was a good implementation of that. I really think that there should be two controls. So we have a control, the speed profiles would be like assertiveness profiles, and then another one that is specifically for speed. So we can actually have two different things that we can give feedback to FSD so that it can learn appropriately. But we need a way to essentially speed it up or slow it down without having to either press the accelerator, because that's only temporary. It doesn't hold on to that change in speed. And also not be able to, have to disengage to brake, to slow down slower than what the car will do in a setting. We need a way to just tell it to go slower. So, and maybe some of this will be resolved when you can actually speak with Grok and tell it, hey, the speed limit here is 30 miles per hour, so you need to go 30 miles per hour, or this is a construction zone, so this is the speed limit for here. Whatever it may be, maybe that we'll get that granularity with this whole move to give people preference for their routes and their parking preferences and stuff like that. There's a lot of these edge cases, but speed just doesn't seem like it should be something that has taken so long for them to solve for here. It's kind of bizarre, really, that speed is kind of one of the last things, speed control is one of the last things that they're solving for, because it did seem like they had it working pretty well. And if they could just get good map data, which they should have the ability to make their own map data very quickly, honestly, with so many Teslas going everywhere. But there's already good map data out there for the speed limits in different areas, and then they could just use FSD's visual reading the speed limit signs for anything that's different from what the map data shows. It seems to me like that would be the best way to handle it. Now, see here, it does, because it's in chill, it will very quickly respond to speed limit changes. Now, in this situation here, the map data is, I don't know what the map data is actually, because I know that the speed limit is actually 65 here, but there's two different signs. There's one for the express lane here, and then there's one for the road here. So I don't know how it kind of ended up with, it's going to stay with 65 is what it's following, the speed wise, but it does say that the speed limit is 55, so that's weird. But normally in chill, it's going to be really fast to respond to a change in speed. So I guess maybe I should take it back. We do seem to have other situations where it has weird behavior, because it's unpredictable to me. I don't know why right now it is indicating that it's 55, and in chill it's going 10 over, even though I know we're not actually going 10 over, because it just picked up the wrong speed limit sign. So I don't know, interesting problems that Tesla needs to be working on for sure, because it's not something that we should really be dealing with, I don't think, this late in the game of getting close to unsupervised. And for right now, because the car is not unsupervised, because Tesla won't pay the ticket, because we are still responsible for whatever the car does, they need to give that control back. They need to give some amount of speed control back to us as supervisors of the car. I understand the goal when it's unsupervised and Tesla is taking responsibility for everything that the car would be doing. That, sure, go right ahead, go whatever speed it feels comfortable with. It usually is pretty good about going at a speed that is appropriate for the road conditions and everything, but it just doesn't sometimes, actually stick with whatever the speed limit is, unfortunately. Also, it's kind of annoying not to have the granular speed changes, because sometimes, like right now, standard, I don't know how it's chosen to go 3 over the speed limit in standard. Usually it'd be like 5 to 7 miles per hour over. So now we see that new 65 mile per hour speed. It does change it here, and it does look like it's going maybe up a little bit in response to that. But why is sometimes standard only a couple miles per hour over the speed limit, and other times it's 7, or sometimes I've seen it get stuck going like 10 or 12 over in standard. I've seen it even more like 15 in some cases, where the speed limit has changed a couple times and it kind of just gets stuck on one mode versus the other. But the difference between standard and hurry is pretty large sometimes. Basically, hurry and Mad Max, it's almost like it just goes as fast as it feels comfortable going based on the road conditions. So it's like you can either go the speed limit 2 over, 5 to 7 over, unless it's just going with the flow of traffic that's faster, and then after that it's just, you're going to go 15, 20 miles per hour, whatever it deems as safe. So anyway, I don't know what all you think. What's the best way for Tesla to handle this? Should they have a max speed setting back, which they already solved for, or should they have some sort of other input that we could put in to actually change the speed versus the assertiveness? So 2 different settings that we should probably have as a control instead of just the speed profiles. Or do you think that this is the right route to go? They should just go with keep the speed profiles and forget the max speed or any speed control whatsoever? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.